Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Femme Spot. I'm your girl, Essence.
Jasmine. I'm Victoria.
Happy weekend.
Happy weekend.
How was your guys' weekend?
It was lit. I worked a lot.
Yeah?
Eventful.
Eventful? How so?
Just a lot of places I had to go, a lot of people I had to see, honestly. So I've just been bouncing around right now.
Okay. Well, let's get started. I want to talk about Mark Zuckerberg really reaching out back to his fans on Facebook, talking about some horrible controversy where people were posting, employees of the Facebook corps were posting All Lives Matter on top of Black Lives Matter on their doodle wall. So it's a free wall on the Facebook corps where people could write whatever they want to say, comments and everything, but you have to be respectful. So some employees were crossing out Black Lives Matter and writing All Lives Matter. It's so ridiculous. And some of the comments he said was that it's malicious and unacceptable, which it is, because people are able to talk and say what they want to say about how they feel. And when you write All Lives Matter, it's really not even making any sense, because whoever says All Lives Matter, it seems to not understand what Black Lives Matter stands for.
Absolutely. I feel like a lot of people who are for the All Lives Matter movement think that being pro-Black or like being aware of the issues that the Black community faces makes it anti-white or anti-anything else, and it's just not about that. And if you're looking at it from that perspective, then you're looking at it with a very selfish perspective, in my opinion.
I mean, you guys said it the best. Like, honestly, the whole, like, All Lives Matter type of combat to the Black Lives Matter movement is only used as combat. It's only used in conversation to dissuade people from basically loving the fact that they're Black, being proactive about like Black issues and stuff like that. It's not really used as like a tactic for really loving anybody. You know what I mean? And that's what the Black Lives Matter movement is about. It's about recognizing that, yes, all lives do matter. Fundamentally, all lives do matter. But Black lives are the only ones that are not being taken into account. And that's the problem here.
It's going back to racial discrimination and prejudice, talking about the oppression that has gone on for history, and it's not to be against any other racial group. It's to sit in for Black progression. It's really open for everyone. Do you see other racial groups also reaching out to Black Lives Matter and support and saying we support a Black community in this time of oppression, which has always been going on? And there was this comment by this guy named Adam Campbell on Facebook the other day, and he posted something where he was expressing what Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter means to him. So he said, my personal interpretation of Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter: Bob sitting at a dinner table, everyone gets a plate of food except Bob. Bob says, Bob deserves food. Everyone at the table responds with, everyone deserves food, and continues eating. Although everyone deserves food is a true statement, it still does nothing to actually rectify the fact that Bob has no food.
That's
right?
That's pretty spot on.
That's on
Right?
point.
That's on point. I really like that
important.
comment.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
it's like for anybody who's confused about it, I feel like it's a very simple way to understand it and to look at the situation.
Yeah. It's like, why even saying anything about someone else's movement? It's like people always say this, but yeah, you wouldn't say at a cancer rally or a charity event, well, we need to pay more attention to fibroid problems or something like that, because it's very prevalent in Black women, so it's ridiculous.
I mean, it is what it is. People are gonna be combative towards this movement because it is, like, self-love is a radical act. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the most radical things you can do, is love yourself first, because we're in a society where it doesn't really pay to love yourself. It pays more other people if you don't love yourself. Because as a consumer, if you don't love yourself, you buy products to make yourself look prettier. You buy clothes to make yourself look better. You buy things, you buy packages, you buy, like, experiences to make yourself seem more interesting. That benefits people because they want you to not love yourself and to feel like you're missing something. You know what I mean? And, like, Black Lives Matter is trying to encapsulate where it's like, we are whole the way we are, but we just need everybody else to be on board with that. We need everybody else to realize that, like, Black lives, like, they've done a lot for this country, and they will continue to do a lot for this country, whether or not we're asked, whether or not we're consulted. Like, I love to reference Black Twitter because Black Twitter makes the world go round, okay? I'm telling you.
I'm not on Twitter.
They,
Oh, it's great.
like, I mean, I gave up Twitter for Let right now. It's a struggle. But honestly, like, so many people go to Twitter to see what's trending, what's new. And the fact that there's a Black Twitter at all means that Black people run a lot of the trends that are going on right now because Black people cultivate. And that's what a lot of people can't handle. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm not going to get any more into it with the whole, like, white people and Black people because it's just too much.
And I love this quote from Afropunk. They said, when you're accustomed to privilege, equality feels like oppression.
Wow.
Wow.
Profound.
That really settles with me because it's true. And it's sad when people get so upset when you see someone learning or becoming enlightened about themselves. It's nothing bad. Why get upset about it? Clearly, you're offended that's about equality. Then don't preach equality in America if you're not really for it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, did you guys see Blackish?
I
did
actually
not.
wanted to
I
catch it. It was on Wednesday, actually. Hold on.
I've been wanting to see it so
It's-
badly, and now I'm going to watch it. It comes on Wednesdays,
Yeah.
every Wednesday at what
great.
time? Do you know, 7:30, I
I
think?
think 7:38.
I've
Yeah,
heard really
watch
It's
this.
a great
about it.
show. This past week, February 24th, actually, Anthony Anderson, who plays Dre Johnson on Blackish, he's like the patriarch of the family. He actually delivered like a very poignant and important monologue about like Barack Obama's presidency, sort of like police brutality, and also the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm just going to read a little bit for it. So you want to talk about hope. Obama ran on hope. Remember when he got elected and we felt like maybe, just maybe, we got out of that bad place and made it to a good place? That the whole country was really ready to turn the corner. You remember that amazing feeling we had during the inauguration? I was sitting there next to you. We were so proud. And when we saw him get out of that limo and walk alongside of it and wave to the crowd, tell me you weren't terrified when you saw that. Tell me you weren't worried that someone was going to snatch that hope away from us like they always do. That's the real world, and our children need to know that this is the world that they live in. I mean,
Wow.
Read that monologue, girl.
yeah, like
It's crazy because it's true.
a lot of people actually took to Twitter, Charlemagne the God, like tons of people were saying that, like, yeah, this is a very real fear. And I mean, I was in 8th grade when Barack Obama was elected president. I know that I'm dating myself right now. So I didn't really think about that. But when I heard that monologue, it did strike something in me because I wouldn't have been surprised. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been surprised if Barack Obama were to have been assassinated. And that's sad. You know what I mean? Because, like, you wouldn't expect that of a Bush. You wouldn't expect that of Ronald Reagan. Like, JFK, every Catholic's favorite president was assassinated, and that still hurts a lot of people. You know, like, the fact that it's a plausible idea in my head and that it doesn't surprise me is definitely relevant. It's definitely relevant to the conversations that we're having right now because of police brutality, you know what I mean? Because of the fact that school shootings happen constantly, you know what I mean? In places like of work, of school, where we're supposed to feel safe. You know, like these places of hope, these places of education, these places where we are only there to better ourselves, have a likelihood of being attacked, of being terrorized, of hope being taken away from us, you know? And I mean, I love Blackish. I love this show. I don't watch it nearly enough, and I know that I should, and I definitely am going to plan to watch it even more because of this. Like, I think that they touch on really great points, and it's a show that is, like, casual and funny, but it also, like, teaches, like, the world about what it is like to be Black and what it is like to be, like, successful Black people. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of, like, that's kind of like a newfound type of idea in itself.
Yeah. And the creator, Kenya Barris, had said that on a phone interview, he said, I have never been as afraid about an episode of television that I've written in my life.
Wow.
Imagine that feeling,
Yeah.
but he's making a point. And when you make a point like that, you're scared to say anything different than what the agenda is. And so I'm glad for him to be so strong and use his creativity to enlighten other people about what goes on in police brutality.
Gotta get outside your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of more Black excellence in the world, Rihanna dropped not one, but 2 videos
Oh, man.
for work. Her new single featuring Drake.
They were good.
It was great. Personally, I like the second video better. I thought
The one with the
2
long hair?
videos. I was
2 videos.
confused.
It
I was
weird,
like,
'cause I was watching the first one and
Thank
like,
you.
the song was over, and I'm like, why is the YouTube video only halfway done?
Yeah.
I don't get that, but it was great. She looked amazing as always.
Yeah.
Drake looking, I can't even say the word I want to say because we're gonna get taken off our site. Looking like some type of boy.
SevNetwork.com.
Looking like a particular type of boy. You tweeted about this actually. Your video about Drake.
Well,
Drake
okay.
music
Well, I
videos.
watched both of the work videos, and I mean, I totally agree with you. I like the second one better
Me
with her
too.
long hair. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I didn't like her outfit, but she always makes like an outfit work.
Yeah, she
like
does.
she's like you could put like a plastic bag on her, and I'll be like, oh my god, couture.
She's actually a model.
Yeah.
She's
She is.
model playing several times. She's 5'9". She's
Yeah, she's
beautiful,
very tall.
gorgeous,
She's modeled
slim.
for Dior. Oh my gosh, her and Dior, beautiful. But anyway, I mean, honestly, like, it wasn't really like substantial. Like, there wasn't a message. There wasn't anything going on. Like, the first one was basically like a really ratchet house party. And I've been to one of
Yes.
those house parties, and they're very uncomfortable
Really?
for me. They're very uncomfortable for me as a person because I'm not somebody who's like, oh yeah, let's dance on everybody and be sweaty. Like,
Right.
that's what
I
the
don't
vibe
have-
looks like.
It reminds me of the
I don't have that
song.
rhythm.
It reminds me of that song, like, what am I doing here?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. That's how I was watching it and looking at it. But I mean, like, honestly, like, it was just like very like cool. Like, the colors were cool. I liked it a lot. Her songs like keep coming out. They keep rolling out as hits.
She's
and
a
I'm-
hit maker.
She really
Everything
is.
she does.
She's a tastemaker. She's a trendsetter. by
Yes,
all
she
means.
definitely is.
Yes.
I love the fashion. I mean, she always wears see-through stuff showing her nipples. I mean, that's her thing. It's a new music video, okay. But they need to get back together. I'm pretty
know.
sure.
We talk about this. We fully ship Rihanna and Drake. I think they're perfect for each other. They do stop
They're
playing these
exes.
games.
Yeah.
I know they're exes.
And they're still
But
Are
they
they
like they
together.
vibe well.
they
and they-
vibe really well.
Yeah.
They look great together.
They show a lot of chemistry on that camera. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they're working on something.
They were. Anyways, well, now to my new favorite segment, the biggest L of the week.
L for what does L mean for the people who don't
Taking
know?
an L, taking
Take
a
an
loss.
L, loss,
Taking
loser.
a loss. You could be a loser too. Doesn't matter to me because all of this is true. Aaron Carter, a name that you probably haven't heard since 2006, has taken to Twitter to voice his support of Donald Trump.
Boo.
Interesting. I'm not interesting. So he's just like, I'm happy I live in a country where I have a right to my opinion. I don't necessarily agree with everything Donald Trump says, but I endorse him. Like, America needs a leader, not a follower. And I'm like, Aaron.
Oh God. I mean,
And I don't know if this is serious or an attempt to stay relevant because I see him pulling this type of stunt a lot. Like, he'll go on Twitter and tweet something very wildly unpopular, and then when people come at him, he's just like, I don't care about the haters.
Yeah.
I don't care about the
I mean, I feel like he doesn't really have a room to care about anybody because he doesn't really have anybody to care about. Like, he's following me on Twitter.
He does.
If that
He used
makes-
to
Yeah,
follow
he must
me
be irrelevant
and follow
because I don't
me.
even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, honestly, like, I don't know. Like,
know-
he
you
grew
know
up
Aaron
and now
Carter?
he looks a little
Aaron's
weird.
party. You never listen to Aaron's
I love Candy.
I love Candy.
Candy
Wow.
girl? Oh,
No.
no, I'm playing Legend. Okay.
Well, no.
I
mean,
probably heard of it.
I feel like it's
Kids
a
Bop?
publicity stunt. It's
Definitely a publicity stunt.
But no, we'll play a song for you later.
Kids Bop or something like that?
No.
I'm too loud, you guys. I'm this mic. Anyways, on to the next.
On to the
yes.
next.
So,
Let's do it.
Kalamazoo, Michigan, serial killer, Uber driver. I'm sorry I scared you the other day when I was telling her about this
I
crazy
was
guy.
in an Uber while she was telling me about this, and I couldn't speak because I was like, "Oh God, what if I'm next?" Oh,
Jason Brian Dalton. He's arrested now. He got arrested on Sunday after going on a killing spree, literally picking up fares in between killing people. It's so sad. He killed 6 and injured 2.
Would he kill the people that he picked up?
Yeah, I was saying, is this like a he would pick people
that's
up?
really
He was jumping out the car to a Cracker Barrel, shooting people in the cars. Yes, coming back, going to
Cracker Barrel.
going to
So you're terrorizing this great
going
nation.
to apartment complexes and shooting people. With a mother and her 3 kids. She's in critical condition. She's fine. She's
God.
healing. Yeah, 14-year-old. She also is. she was sitting in the passenger side of a car, and she's healing as well, but she was shot. It's just sad. Someone who was actually driving in the car was on the phone, and he jumped out. He was driving erratically, speeding, and he actually crashed his car and switched vehicles, his SUV, and he switched vehicles.
No, is this
Insane.
someone? I don't know if the details are out. Is this someone who has like? Is he like okay in the? Is he like just crazy?
Well,
that's what I do, or
he
is
has
just
no prior criminal record, and there's
no mental health, no nothing.
it's unknown. It's unknown why he did this. Like, the
That's
motive is
crazy.
unknown.
That
so
definitely sounds off the handle.
That does.
Yeah.
'Cause that doesn't seem like a rational. Like, not that killing anybody's ever rational, but I'm saying like that's very like.
I mean, I'm gonna take a
crazy.
quick guess. Yeah, he's crazy. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
It just
that-
seems like
to me, opinion.
non-patterned, you know what I mean?
yeah, it's very like
Erratic.
sporadic.
Yeah.
But I think that's like when you told me about that, I was like, wow, that's literally my biggest reservation about ever taking an Uber is that the person that could potentially kill, rape, kidnap, or torture
That's why
me,
I
or
only
like
take
all of that.
Ubers during the day when I'm by myself. I only take them during the day. I know that like doesn't really cut down on any like violence or anything, but people are less likely to attack you like when there's daylight.
I mean,
in
there's
general.
other options as well.
There's
Yeah.
Lyft.
Lyft, yeah.
Lyft actually doesn't come by my house. They need to fix that. You should fix that.
Are they
Lyft
not on
thing.
Long Island?
I don't know.
I usually use Ubers or Lyft in the city.
I've never used an Uber before ever.
Really?
I really want to.
It's convenient. Do you not have an Uber account?
It's great for Fashion Week.
Oh my god.
I need to get one.
Yeah, you really do.
I should. That would save me a lot of time.
I mean, yeah, it's good for things like Fashion Week when you're like jetting off to like quick
Back
places.
for,
'cause,
and
like,
you can't get in a train because you have a nice outfit on. You know,
Yeah,
you gotta
you don't wanna go to the
slay.
subway.
yeah, don't need anybody to touch you, nothing like that. It's like
And you
sometimes
can
they give you
choose-
candy.
You can choose what car too, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
Interesting.
bigger car, more expensive.
Switching that. So, on to the presidential election
Yes.
campaign.
Jeb Bush has dropped out.
Yeah.
Everybody second hated Bush.
I mean, okay. I didn't hate him. I just thought he was very passive. Like, I mean, like, I think, like, because he's, like, the third Bush now who is trying to run, like, it's kind of like youngest dude syndrome, like, or youngest person syndrome. Like, you're kind of, like, reserved about yourself because
Your
there's so
brother
many
was a
people
hot
that
mess.
has come before you who have messed up, you know what I mean? And people are gonna make their, like, base their ideas about you based on your family. That's just how it is being like the youngest son of whatever. You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't even know he was the youngest. I always assumed he was older than George
I don't-
W.
I
He's
don't-
older.
Oh really?
Jeb
He
Bush.
is older.
He acts
Okay.
like he's the youngest, and that confused me. Okay, I'm sorry for misinforming you all, but he just very passive. Just I feel like compared to Donald Trump, like Donald Trump is like an air horn, and Jeb Bush was like a bunny rabbit.
Jeb Bush
So-
like just looked very like uncomfortable. I feel like
Yeah.
every debate I've ever seen was very uncomfortable. Like I don't want to be here, but my dad really wants me to do this, so I gotta do this. That's the vibe
This
I
isn't
got.
my dream, Dad.
Keep the
It's
family
yours.
legacy going.
Is that from High School Musical?
Of course it is.
Oh my god, the most quotable movie out there.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh.
I liked Jeb Bush because he wasn't pushy. Because I'm not somebody who likes to be pushed around. That's why that's one of the many reasons why I really don't like Donald Trump. But I just like.
Whoa. Yeah, one of the many
One of the
reasons.
many
yeah.
Many
reasons.
reasons.
But it's just like I don't know. Like I feel like he could have made a good president.
Too passive.
Yeah.
I feel like, well, I don't know. I feel like because the House majority is Republican right now, having a very passive
Oh.
Republican president would kind of just let all of his dad's cronies and friends kind of run the show.
Very true.
And he'd just be like, I guess so.
Yeah. I just feel like if he was really like if they were committed, the family, not even him, if they were committed to having him run, like they should have had somebody who could write like rebuttals for him that were more like forceful and passionate, because I feel like a lot of people would be more on board, and I feel like he definitely could have used the family angle. I know he probably wouldn't have wanted to, but he definitely could have, you know, and like reinforce this whole idea of like my family has been here, my family has done this. Like I've never been in
That's
this
true.
office, but I have experience because of what I've seen them go
He
through,
went
and I
to
can.
Florida.
Yeah.
He was the governor of Florida, I
I believe
believe.
so.
I believe, yeah.
Governor or senator.
So, sorry about dropping out of the race, Jeb. I
Mm.
hope that your future endeavors work out for you, whatever they may be.
And we
Good
could
on you,
end
Jen.
that by saying Bernie Sanders for president.
Feel the burn.
Feel the burn. I love that. I think
I
it's
know.
great that he has that. Did you guys actually, I know it's a little off topic, did you guys happen to see that picture of Bernie Sanders being arrested at a civil rights protest.
Yes.
That was great.
Epic.
I saw that.
Epic.
He's a great dude.
He was a good-looking dude back in the day. Let me tell you something.
Him and Joe Biden, actually.
There's something your girl loves more than a tall, good-looking Jewish man. I
Very
do.
true.
I'm from Long Island. I love it.
Yeah.
But Bernie Sanders was quite a looker back in the day.
Yeah. Keep your eye out on him, ladies.
Does he have any kids? Do you know, Michael?
Ooh, he does
bunch.
have kids.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we gotta look out for them.
Victoria.
Anyway.
On to beauty.
Ooh.
So before I get into makeup, I want to talk about hair, you guys.
Okay.
It's very simple, but things just to remind you about natural hair is to keep it moisturized, dry, and from being dry. But things that you could do is not use a comb so much. You could finger comb. So I use a product from Shea Moisture. It's coconut oil. You can use it for your skin and for your hair. And what I did is I wet my hair to get this style. I wet my hair a little bit because I feel like it needs
initial moisture.
It needs like you're telling your hair, okay, I'm about to do something to you. Wet it, let it know I'm about to do something. So I put a little water on my hair, and then I put the coconut oil, and I rub it in my hair like this from roots to end, and it really moisturizes it. While I'm rubbing it in, I finger comb it with my fingers and gently do it, and I separate and finger comb just like that. What happened was the middle of my head was so brittle and dry. It was straight, but it was brittle and dry. Like I just put it in bantu knots at nighttime, and that's a great way to show your curl form. So keep that in mind, you guys. Shea Moisture coconut oil you could get at Walgreens or Walmart, something like that.
I mean, you can honestly use any coconut oil. I actually have got
organic,
this big tub, just as long as it's it's like a certain type of coconut oil. I'll definitely post
organic
it on the
coconut
I
oil.
have a giant jar of it at my house.
You should be able to look at the ingredients and it says coconut oil, not any extra things.
Yeah, it should just be that.
Don't go to the beauty supply store or the dollar store where it says coconut oil, where it's really just petroleum jelly and grease. You have to be careful to use natural products.
I use coconut oil. I make my own conditioner like every couple of weeks and stuff. I use coconut oil, tea tree oil. I put beer in it.
Really?
It's very good
for a good rinse. It's almost like apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, I use beer because I have just a ton of it at my house. And
this girl.
My hair comes out pretty. It's not looking
shiny
great today, so don't judge me because I am working.
We have those days sometimes.
Yeah, I'm having one of those days, but typically it works really well.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's like glorious. Like you have like angel hair. It's great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Wow, thank you. Coming from a real angel herself.
Oh my God, we love each other too much on the Femme Spot.
We do. I love both of you guys. You guys are great.
But this is actually the coconut oil that I use.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I use this as well. The next one he used, organic coconut oil.
I like coconut oil for everything. Like if I have like a dry patch, I just slap some coconut oil on it.
I love natural stuff.
I put coconut oil on my body after I shower. Like after I'm a little damp and stuff, I just put it all over my body just for like a nice seal against like me in the cold world. Because it's freezing outside lately. It's like a be-all.
You can swish it around your mouth as well to prevent oil pulling. Yeah, like
this
mouthwash.
sounds really gross though. I need to let myself get up to that point.
All right, so we have like 5 minutes left. Let me tell you guys now. Makeup. First, I'm going to say something. Pretty Lips period movement. #. You could take a picture, post on your Instagram, and support for supermodel Amita Lugam. She was in New York Fashion Week, and a photo was taken of her wearing a MAC Cosmetic lipstick. MAC Cosmetics post her picture on their Instagram, and she got so much flack for it. People were posting racist comments of her lips, about her full lips, saying she looked like she had Jay-Z lips. So disrespectful and racist.
They made fun of her because she had big lips?
Yeah,
but there's like people like Kylie Jenner going out here injecting their lips at like 17.
It's ridiculous.
It's okay on them, but not this model.
It's so hurtful. And so in support for her, there's a movement going on called Pretty Lips period. And so you could take a picture wearing a pretty lipstick of your lips and post it. And something she had said, posted on her Instagram, she said, "My lips giving you sleepless nights." I'm glad she's being a good sport about it, and she doesn't seem like it's letting her down, her spirit down anymore. And she's letting her beauty shine.
When you cause all this conversation, okay?
Exactly.
Like, come on.
That's so crazy. Like that blows my mind that people like. We were just talking about how the worst types of people are internet commenters.
Terrible.
Like the worst type of
they
YouTube,
will nitpick.
Instagram,
Everything.
they're like middle school kids. They go at like the most insecure features that you have that you want anyone to point out.
It's so disrespectful and sad,
is.
but you're kind of like a loser if you talk about someone bad on Instagram because it's a wall. That's what happens with social media. People feel like they can say anything that they wouldn't say really to your face. But Kylie Jenner, this same person who gets it filled, she gets praised for getting her lip fillers, and someone who has naturally full lips are getting backlash calling them Jay-Z lips or
Yeah, right.
like. It's been going on for a long time. You can see in old cartoons, if you look up on YouTube, where characters are made fun of by having oversized, bright orange colored lips, just to make fun of African features. But anyways, kudos to Amita Lugam for dealing with that flack. And Bruce Jenner, actually, speaking of MAC Cosmetics, is coming out with a line in support.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay, feminists. Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay, we're not gonna have this conversation right now.
Not right
It's
now.
just disrespectful, but
Okay.
Caitlyn is coming out with a line.
Caitlyn Jenner is coming out with a MAC Cosmetics line in support for the transgender community. Yes.
That's cool. I've never
I'm
heard
excited
of
to
that
see the
before.
color.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I mean, I'm kind of over MAC Cosmetics in general. I feel like their
They test on
lipsticks.
animals.
They test on animals.
Mm-hmm.
Their lipstick makes my lips very dry. I feel like, and I don't know, but I think that's
like
really
MAC
awesome.
Cosmetics. I'm
I
wearing
like
some
their
MAC
eyeshadow.
Cosmetics. I like MAC Cosmetics. I'm against because I'm a vegetarian. I don't like that
Really?
they test on animals. I'm a pescatarian. I still eat salmon. Hopefully one day I'll be vegan. But I mean, if you don't like a cosmetic line, go to the next one. Same thing if like people complain about certain cosmetics lines not making a shade for them,
There's
a dark
tons.
enough or light enough. There's tons of different cosmetic lines that you could support. You don't
I
need
actually follow an Instagram called Dupe That. It's actually a great Instagram because like if there's like expensive colors that like just come out, they find cheaper alternatives that you can buy like from ColourPop or what was it like Dose of Colors, like really like good quality makeup that isn't expensive and like won't break the bank and stuff like that. So it's really good to check that out just if you want to like try out new lipsticks and stuff like that, but you really don't want to spend like $35 or something like that to do so. So, I mean, I'm excited for Caitlyn and
Yeah, I
this
can't wait
new
to see
line
the
that's
colors.
coming
Yes,
come out.
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn.
Well, only have
Say
time
correctly.
for mystery topic. What do you have to
Mystery
go?
topic.
All right, let's do it. Let's do this.
We haven't done it in a
I
long
love
time.
this.
Internet crushes. Someone's trying to kick it to you on the internet.
Absolutely not.
If someone's trying to kick
Don't
it to you,
slide
it's
into my
like-
DMs. Nope, I'm sorry.
But what if it's like, okay, not exactly Floyd Mayweather, but someone like him?
I don't choose Floyd Mayweather. If it was like Dylan O'Brien,
Why Floyd
Someone you-
Mayweather,
what if it was
though, of
somebody-
all the people to choose like an example?
well, he got money though.
Because
he got money.
I'm saying, what if it was someone who has a lot going for them, successful?
Why would they be hitting
your
me
looks-
up on the DMs though?
Because what they see, like, wow, she has a lot of potential. I need someone like that on my side.
I'm gonna come through and say something right now. I don't think it's a bad thing. I like listen. If Marilyn Manson was to come into my DMs and be like, "Yo, baby girl, like, come chill," I would say yes.
I
That's
did.
just me.
I did. Okay, so we have a couple.
Thumbs up.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. Thank
All
you
right.
for joining us. You can watch all of our clips on the Femme Spot Facebook and on YouTube. Have a great Sunday.
Bye. See you next week.
That was a mystery topic.